Welcome to another edition of the Big Dig Live. Tonight is a game show night, and it's me versus the Professor, Tyler West. We will be doing some different 80s shows and what was it? Shows and movies, I think you were talking about. Let me get a comment section up. So there's my mom. Hey, what's up, Mom?
Hey, Mom.
And we're going to be doing that tonight. But also, we're just going to do some chit chat, and then we're going to talk about our big announcement. Guys, how's your week been? Let's start with Lamar. How about how's your week?
Man, it was a tough week. School started for us this week, and so it was a lot of getting people's stuff set up and getting accounts created, and just a lot of work.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we made it through it.
Yeah, it was hot as all get out. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
of course, for most people know, I drive a school bus, and there were days it was 100 sitting still waiting for kiddos in the afternoon. It was 137 degrees right where I was sitting at, and thank the good
Wheels
Lord.
On the bus go round and round.
Yes, I've heard that many times over. Tyler, how about your week, brother?
So, okay, other than, unfortunately, one of our fur babies is kind of going downhill. He's 14, turned 14 a little bit early this year, and he's actually been doing really good physically, surprisingly good considering his age.
Yeah.
But just like in the last week and a half to 2 weeks, he started almost whining incessantly, and that has developed into a lot of barking at nothing over the last few days, and
like
just
pet
out of
dementia maybe or something.
Yeah, so there's a disorder called CCD, canine cognitive disorder. Now, whether or not he's got it, we don't know. Not been to the vet and been diagnosed or anything like that. But that is a thing where they'll just basically start barking at nothing.
Oh, you had sent me a text just a little bit ago, about that, and I was like, anytime it's a fur baby, I mean, unfortunately we've had one to pass, our border collie, Daisy, back a few years back, and she was like just like one of our children, but she got incontinent, she got blind and deaf, and just things went away, and it was better for her, but it was hard. It was really hard.
And he's been mostly blind for quite a while. I mean, he can see things, but you can tell he can't see much. But it's just probably just images, and light helps a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, just this past week it's gotten worse over the last week. It was like barking maybe once and he doesn't bark, but barking like a few times maybe every couple of hours to like this afternoon sitting here at the house. I mean, he wouldn't go 5-10 minutes without just barking. So it's
sad to watch.
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people might say, but I mean, I sincerely we'll pray for your family, because that's tough on the family when you've had a dog for so long. But yeah, it's rough stuff, man. So more power to you. Hang in there, and
thank you.
Yeah.
But outside of that, no, it's been a fine week.
Speaking of, it's a bad transition. Speaking of dog,
segue.
Yeah, segue. So the big news that we have, been keeping it down low until we could get some things finalized. But so, Lamar, see if you can find one of the, if you can pull it, maybe a couple of the pictures I had on my Facebook, and share them if you can. My family, we got wind of this. I was just flipping through Facebook one day, and all of a sudden, I'm a big Dog the Bounty Hunter fan. Watch the show all the time. I love that show. I don't, what, to each their own, right? But anyway, we found this fly that was out there that basically they were having a first annual Dog the Bounty Hunter Festival in Lake Gunnersville, Alabama, of all places. And this has been a few months back. And I told my wife, I said, we need to go down there and check that out. I'd love to go. And she said, okay, we can do that. So we went down, we met Dog, met his wife, Francie. Maybe some of you maybe watching us back at some point. You know, Beth, she passed away in 2019 of cancer. I think it was lung and or throat cancer. She had fought hard. And anyway, you know, fast forward, Dog gets remarried to this lady, Francie Frayne was her maiden name. And, you know, they got married. And so anyway, we're there and I got a chance to meet, you know, Dog and then his wife, Francie. But then also one of his youngest son, Gary, on the show, who was called Gary Boy. But he was really young when he was on the show. There's a picture of us with Dog. And that was just really cool. Dog's very gracious, very, you know, just really nice in regards to meeting the fans and all that things. And then the background there, right behind Miranda and my mom, that is Francie. And then to the right, on the right, in between, right behind my daughter, that's Francie's son. I forgot his name. I don't think I met him. But anyway, great people to meet. And, you know, I asked in regards to him coming on the show. That's, I'll say, hopefully in the works. Francie took my name and number down and was going to give it to the publicist, but haven't heard anything. But I did meet Dog's youngest son, Gary Boy, you know, and Gary has agreed to come on our show. That's the big news. And so he will be coming on. We're still finalizing the date. We think it's roughly going to be mid-September. Gary is a deputy sheriff down in a town in Alabama, and very gracious. We've been emailing, you know, off and on all week about things in preparation for the show. And so we're pretty excited about that. You know, that's going to be coming up. And so it's a big honor to have someone of that caliber, you know, on the show. So that's the big news. So please tell everybody you know. We're going to advertise it really hard, but be sure you tell everybody you know, your friends, your family, your in-laws and your outlaws. Tell everybody, because that will be definitely an honor and privilege for us three to be able to sit and talk with him. He is a believer in Christ, and you know, starting out in his career, and the first day out of the gate, he apprehends a lady who has kidnapped a young child, and so, you know, he's a bounty hunter at first by trade, and then his dream was to be in law enforcement. You know, I don't know if you call it a step further or a different path into you know, a deputy sheriff, and so he's living out his dream, and so we're excited that he will be on the show with us, and definitely please invite everybody you know, and we want to we'll try to have a little time in there if people want to chime in with a question or something. If we can get them in, we'll try to do that. And so that's coming up, and we're excited about it. So you can take that picture down if you want to. But anywho, tonight is just a fun night. We have talked about doing one of these, and it's basically right for us. So we're kind of old. So 80s and maybe 70s trivia along the way in there. And Lamar, you're going to be our Wink Martindale, our host of this thing. So what are me and Tyler up against here? Tell us what we're doing here.
Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to play a theme song from a TV show, and whoever comes says the name of the show first gets the point.
Okay.
Theme song, TV show. Okay.
Theme songs to TV shows from the 80s. Now I'm going to try to do this without showing it on the screen. So just bear with me in that.
Okay.
You can sing it if that fails.
Yeah, there you go.
Or pull down a guitar and play it.
Yeah, I could do that.
Now, are you going to go back and forth, or are you going to? Is there a way you want us to chime in, or what?
Well, if you want to go, this question's for you. This question's for you. We could do that, or we could just whoever answers the question first.
My opinion, I think the most sane way would be to say, okay, give it to one person and give them a chance to answer. And if they can't, you let the other person.
Right. I agree.
Give it a shot.
Okay. Well, we'll alternate then. How about that?
That'll work. I agree with my opponent. So
now some of these are pretty easy.
Okay.
Some of them you may not remember, but some of these are pretty easy.
All right, let me kick off our game show music.
Okay.
So here we go.
All right, so the first theme song is from Michael.
Okay.
And we're just going to play a little bit of it here.
Got it.
The picture's giving it away, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide the picture, but
Knight Rider.
All right, Knight Rider. That's correct. One for Michael. So, like I said, some of these going to be pretty easy. And then I've got another thing to do after these. So let's go on to the next one here. This one is for Tyler. And you're probably going to get it pretty easy.
Oh, Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay.
I can sing that song.
Yeah, that's true. That's Tyler, too. All right, so we'll go. We won't let it keep playing, so we don't get.
Oh man,
they don't.
Yeah, we don't want to get slammed.
Yeah,
for copyrights.
All right, so this next one's for Michael.
Okay,
here we go.
Oh, I know that one.
Okay. It's not. Go ahead and turn it off. It's not Dynasty. It's the other one.
Oh, what's the other one?
Ooh, Mr. Cotta. Mr. Cotta.
So Michael said Dallas, and Dallas is correct. So he gets the point for that one. All right. So next one. Here we go. All right.
Oh, Fantasy Island. The plane.
Yeah, it's Fantasy Island.
Good job, Tyler.
All right, so let me close some of these tabs.
That's one I hadn't. Hey, you watch some retro back sometimes. That's one I never went back and watched. Some of the Love Boat.
Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah,
I love that
Tattoo.
show.
That's good.
All right, so I guess we're back to Michael.
Can you not play it? Just play the audio without bringing that up like that? I wonder.
No, I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to be sharing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to look down. I don't.
Yeah. There you go. All right, here we go. Here's another one.
Okay, got it. Jefferson's.
Yeah, that's it. Jefferson's. All right. So yes, I'm lobbing some of these out there.
Yeah, you're throwing up softballs right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's go to the next one here. This is for Tyler. Hang on, mate. It's not playing. Hang on a second.
Is that one Dynasty?
Yes, that one is Dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always loved that.
Yeah,
I always loved that trumpet in that. I mean, it was just so.
yeah, it was really good. I never understood it.
I never watched Dynasty that much.
Can you back that up for a minute? I never understood this. And see if y'all, when they do how the lines drop from the word dynasty, there was always two, and it never made sense. Back it up a little minute, and you can see it.
Okay. Here,
See that?
the Y and the whatever that was.
Yeah, it always annoyed me. I don't know why.
Yeah, the Y and the A. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was a reason, but I don't know what it was.
Bad graphics, I guess, back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
right.
carry on.
All right, let me close some of these others.
Carry on my wayward son.
All right, here we go. Now this one, you definitely need to look away from the screen because it.
Okay, my eyes are closed.
Screen.
Avert your eyes.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh.
This was Tyler.
I bet we've been together for a million years.
And I bet we'll be together for a million more.
Definitely a tougher one.
Oh, it's like I started breathing on the night we kissed. And I can't remember what I ever did before. What would we do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby, without us?
All right, you got it? I think I've lost everybody. You got it?
I have it.
Okay, what about Tyler? You got it?
Yeah.
All right, what is it?
It was Michael's question.
Oh, it was Michael's question. Oh, you got it, Michael? What is it?
Yeah, Family Ties.
Family Ties. That's right. Now, we can talk about these shows if you want, wherever. We don't have to just keep powering through these.
It wasn't one of my favorite shows. I watched it some, but I don't know why. It never really was my favorite. If there was
I enjoyed it.
You liked it?
I really
enjoyed it. It was my introduction. It's the introduction to Michael J. Fox.
Yes, that's what I'm going to say.
Start there. And then I did think his sister was cute. So
yeah. The one thing I remember about it take the whole show, right? And the one thing I remember about it was there was an episode where he was doing something and he made this little radio spoof. It was Alex P. Keaton. He's so cute. Y'all remember that?
No.
I don't know why it stuck in my brain, but it was hilarious, man.
That.
The way he was always trying to be the guy or whatever. But
yeah, I always liked his character because he was kind of different than most of us other kids. He was
different from his whole family.
Yeah. We'd be wearing tennis shoes and shorts or whatever, and he'd have on a tie and stuff.
Now, was this show in the same time period as which one was it? The one that with Kirk Cameron?
I don't know what that one's called.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They were on about the same time.
Yeah, I lean more to that show than I did this show, and I don't know exactly why, but I just did. So
yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
All right.
All right, we'll go next one, and this one's Tyler's, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes the world looks perfect, nothing to rearrange. Sometimes you just get a feeling.
Oh, I see. It's like two guys, isn't it?
Yep.
No matter odds all this time, nothing's gonna stand.
Perfect Strangers.
Yep. Got it.
Yep, that's it. Perfect Strangers. And
For
was a
some
good-
reason, I started thinking of that one with Tom Hanks and was it Peter Scolari? But I
Was it
knew that
Bosom-
wasn't it.
There was one called Bosom Buddies.
That's the one with Tom Hanks and Peter
Yeah.
Scolari.
Yeah, Perfect Stranger was a good show, man.
Yeah, my brother Carlos, he really loved that show, and he didn't do many like impersonations or whatever.
Yeah.
But he loved talking like Balky.
About keep on talking this. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Don't be, what was it? Don't be ridiculous
Don't be ridiculous.
or ridiculous or whatever he said. I forgot how he said it, but
Don't
Bronson,
be ridiculous.
yeah, Bronson Pinchot was an actor, dude. I mean, he was good.
Oh, he was really good.
What was that movie he was in? Was he in Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure?
I have no idea. I
You
never
know,
watched
he was
any
in-
Pee Wee Herman stuff.
Yeah.
Ever.
I don't think he was in the Pee Wee. I think he was in a different movie. But I'll bring that one up later.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that
Yes.
one was Tyler's. You
Yeah,
got
that
that
was
one?
Tyler's.
All right. So we'll move on to the next one.
Eyes are closed. I'm ready.
All right. Here we go.
Oh,
I got it. MacGyver.
Yeah.
MacGyver.
That one is so recognizable, man. Because I was a MacGyver fan, big time.
Oh yeah, man. It was one of my favorite shows of all time.
And it's still a good show today if you go back and watch it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't too cheesy. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, it's
Oh yeah, it was really good.
80s clothing and all, but I mean, they, you know, and you kind of wonder, you know, how do you make a bomb out of a, you know, tube of or a thing of chewing gum? But you know, I think wasn't there a lot of research that went into that show as far
Yeah.
as some of the
There
experiments and whatever?
was.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had some kind of a scientific consultant
Yeah.
or something.
Good stuff.
All right. So don't look at the screen because it shows it on there. But
Okay.
this one's for Tyler. Oh, hang on a second. I didn't start the screen. Hang on.
A-Team.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
Mad Murdoch. He was like my favorite character.
Oh yeah. He's crazy.
Yep.
All right. So we'll go to the next one here.
Okay, eyes are closed.
Michael. Share this tab.
Oh, I know that one.
Okay. Miami Vice.
Oh yeah.
Crockett and Tubbs.
That's one of my favorite, like, instrumental thing
Oh
songs.
yeah, it's a good
Uh,
one.
Yeah, that was good.
The song
It's
is
a good
just,
one.
it's just.
I remember a radio station would play that as like a little, segue into something or whatever too.
Well, I mean, this song it went on the charts.
Mhm.
Got pretty big, even as an instrumental. And
Mhm.
there wasn't a lot of that back then. I mean,
No.
even now there's not a lot of that.
Mhm.
But this show was so instrumental, I think, in introducing new music, to the world, because
Yeah.
there was so many songs on the soundtracks for this show, that I mean, the song would debut on this show, and then become a huge hit.
Believe it or not, I did not get to watch a lot of Miami Vice. Not that I didn't want to, but I did watch. I enjoyed, but I
Yeah.
did not get to watch a lot of Miami Vice.
I didn't like watch it every week or anything, but I tried to watch it when I can because there was always like Lamborghinis and Ferraris on there,
Yeah,
and
There was one TV in the house,
gotcha.
yeah,
and so that was never one that was being watched.
yeah.
It probably came on about the same time Hee Haw did or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so I got the next one ready here, and
It's
It's
a tower.
this one won't take you long.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with
Oh shoot.
with anything.
Fall Guy.
Yeah.
So fine.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Now that
Yeah.
show, I loved that show. I mean, obviously because of all the stunts, you know,
Yeah.
and it was just awesome to look into that world, you know, and see that
Yeah.
there's stunt people and they're doing all these stunts for movies and TV and stuff.
Well, and I was a Lee Majors fan, so
Yeah.
Oh.
Heather
Oh,
Locklear was on there too, wasn't she?
Yeah. No, she wasn't on this. That was Heather Thomas.
Heather Thomas. Okay.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Lamar and our buddy Trevor, his wife's brother was, I don't know if he still is, but is a stuntman.
Huh.
And he did some work on what was the Superman series that was on?
Lewis and Clark.
No,
Lois and Clark.
the one after that,
Smallville.
Smallville. I think I'm
Yeah.
right on that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was like,
I was just waiting for you to say my father's brother's wife's mother's cousin twice removed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what we ought to do sometime is take that song. Have you all heard that? I'm my own grandpa.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I have.
I would love to break that
It's a
song down to see.
hilarious
They say
song.
it's actually true. So I'd love to somehow grid that out to see if it's actually true. That'd be fun. All right.
All right. So this one's for Michael, and yeah, look away from the screen because it says the
Okay.
title. But here we go.
There's a time for love and a time for living. Taking hits
I
and
know the song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
road and a road.
Okay, go ahead and stop it.
Brand new
Give me just a second. Lost a friend or two. At the
I
end
can
of
keep
the
playing
year.
it. I keep letting it play.
Well, I just don't want us to get us in trouble.
Oh,
You
could pass. You could pass, and Tyler could steal.
give me just a second. Just a second. Play the intro section one more time.
There's a time for love and a time for
I'm wanting to say that's.
chance and face the wind.
Oh yeah, okay. Who's the boss?
Road and a road.
Yep. Who's the boss?
Who's the boss?
The boss
That just took me a minute.
had Tony Danza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alyssa Milano.
Yep.
I forgot that the main mother, not the older lady. She was the older lady was on Soap. That
Yeah.
lady there,
I think you're right. Yeah.
but
She's-
the blonde mother
Yeah.
was on another show previous, and I can't remember what show that was, but yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, it's a cool little show. All right, so this one's for Tyler, and this is going to be another one of those lobs.
Oh, that's Magnum PI.
Oh yeah, another show I love.
Definitely one of my
vehicles.
favorites.
Yeah,
I actually not too long ago I binge watched the whole thing.
The whole thing. Oh wow, that's awesome. How many seasons is that?
I don't remember. It was several.
Yeah.
yeah, Mom. The older lady in that previous one was on Benson, and then
Which
but the mother, which was the blonde, she was on a different show as well, and I can't remember what show that was for her. But
Now,
yeah, the older
Benson-
lady on
Benson was-
Who's the Boss was on Benson.
Benson was a spin-off of Soap, in case you didn't know that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Soap was, oh my gosh, that was,
I didn't realize Benson was a spinoff of Soap.
Yeah.
That's funny because I watched Benson quite a
Yeah.
bit, but
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
did.
watch Soap very much.
Was well, I'll let you go ahead and do your show or your game
no,
show.
go ahead, man.
I was thinking about Webster. Was Webster a spinoff of anything?
I don't think so. No, it
No,
was-
I'll tell you what was though. What's the one? What you talking about, Willis?
Different Strokes.
I think Different Strokes was a spinoff of The Facts of Life, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it
I
was.
could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
Here we go. Now, let's see.
That was his. This is my question. So
Here you go.
okay, stop that. I know it's the Kirk Cameron show. Now I got to remember what the name of the show is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember him being on a show. I don't remember the show.
crap.
You playing it?
No, I can sing the whole thing as long as is BJ Thomas singing it with as
Oh my
long as we
goodness, I
got
didn't
each
even know
other.
that.
Yep, BJ Thomas. Kirk Cameron.
I hear BJ Thomas and it just keeps, raindrops keep falling on my head.
This is
All
what
right.
makes me mad because I cannot think of the name of the show. I've had to pass it.
All right.
I don't have it either. There's no way I can come up with it.
Can you give me the first word or anything?
Well, I'll give you the first word. It'll be, you'll know it. It starts with a G.
The G.
With a G.
Okay. Give me a second. Growing Pains.
Growing Pains. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now that was I really loved that show.
I did security for when he came to Hillview.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it was like I don't know. They were kind of like the picture of the perfect family kind of thing I had, in my head when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
really
mine was more along the lines of the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh yeah, there you go. Well, that was what I was used to. This was just Growing Pains is what I saw on TV as like perfect family.
And music, a little music factoid. So Alan Thicke, who was the father in this show, had a son.
Yeah.
And did you know his son is a pretty well-to-do singer?
Yeah. It's Robin.
Yep, Robin Thicke.
Yep.
And then also the Kirk Cameron's sister on this show.
Yeah.
Her sister was on Soap as her real life sister was on Soap as the governor's daughter. Mm-hmm.
That wasn't Benson.
Yes, I'm sorry. What did I say? Soap.
So
Yeah,
So-
it's on Benson. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this one is for Tyler, I guess.
Yes.
This one, you may have to think about this one.
Someone by night,
Oh goodness.
by day, nothing could change.
Okay, you can stop it.
And sure,
This was one of my favorite shows.
And one of the biggest actors of our lifetimes
Yep.
came from this show.
This is the one that had Bruce Willis, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah. What was the name of it? Dadgummit. Moonlighting.
Moonlighting. That's, he gets the point.
I loved it because it was honestly, it was funny.
It was
Yeah.
a great show, man.
It was a great show.
Miss DePesto. You remember Miss DePesto that was on
Yeah,
there?
she would always answer the phone. Does your with this big old long thing? You remember that? I don't remember what she said, but it was
Yeah,
always
it was great. And then right in this time period, Bruce Willis puts out a music CD or I guess album or whatever. And it was really good, man. He did a version of Under the Boardwalk that was superb.
Yeah.
You know, and then he had some other songs on there. I actually had that cassette tape when it came out. It was really good. Might
Yeah.
look that up, you know. It
Yeah.
was really good.
All right. So let me see what this one is. All right. So this one's to Michael. This one, I don't know if you know this or not, but this was one of my favorite shows. But the more I mention it to people, the less people heard of it. But I'll go ahead and play it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah. Sledgehammer. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great show, dude. That was a great show.
Who
Do
was
you,
in
do you
that?
remember it, Tyler?
It seems familiar. Who was in that?
This guy right here. What is his name?
Oh yeah. In fact, I'm actually watching a movie right now with him playing the
David
president.
Rash. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, a movie called The Sentinel with Michael Douglas and Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh wow.
I've seen that. This show, I mean, he was just it was pure comedy. Pure comedy.
Yeah, man, it was terrible.
And you know, he was always whipping out his gun to shoot somebody. He was a cop,
Yeah.
trigger happy cop, and I mean, it was it was so ridiculous.
Didn't his car? It was like a beat up clunker, and it backfired all the time. And I don't know what all when he pull up,
Maybe.
or he'd pull up behind somebody and just ram him in the back, ram him in the back end. At least that's what I remember.
I know that Police Squad, Leslie Nielsen, he did that a lot, but I can't remember if they did that on this show.
Yeah,
But this show,
I can look that one up somewhere.
I remember that this show ended its last season on a cliffhanger, and you know, back then you didn't get news that a show was canceled,
Right.
so there was this huge cliffhanger, and we were all like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" And then the show never came back, so you know, we never knew.
Do y'all remember the ending to MacGyver?
No.
I remember he told Jack or whoever, like, his name.
Well, he discovered that he had a son,
Okay, yeah.
and so
Oh
basically-
yeah. I do remember that.
yeah, I had never. I guess I was on YouTube, down the rabbit hole of YouTube or whatever, and or maybe it was on the streaming site, and I caught that particular episode, and I'd never seen it before. I was a big fan, but I'd never seen the final episode, and it almost made me cry because it was like, oh my gosh, you know, I didn't know it ended like that, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's being a little vulnerable there.
Very-
You know, I do cry at things once in a while.
All right, so this next one I will be hang on a second. I've got to figure out how to play this. So it will show it on the screen. So
Okay.
let me see here. I don't think it's going to play the right thing. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm agree. The whole thing. Here we go.
Oh, that's Bosom Buddies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not. I don't know. It says it very loud. But it's not Billy Joel singing the song.
No, it's not, but it's his song. Yeah.
It's a cover.
Yeah. I watched this show like every
Oh
year.
yeah. This show was one of those that was.
Are you
just-
sure that's not? Are you sure that's not Billy Joel?
It's not. It's
It's
not.
Okay.
I know that Billy Joel song very well.
Performed by Gary Bennett.
Gary Bennett. Huh.
Yeah.
He sounds pretty close to Billy Joe, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
a,
I mean,
younger Billy Joe.
the song stays pretty true to
Yeah.
Billy Joel's version. This show, I mean, was one of those ridiculous ridiculous shows. I mean, because if you don't remember, they couldn't find a place to live, so
Right.
they
You're in a girl's apartment.
girls' hotel or whatever. So
Yeah.
they had to dress up like women when they went home. So I mean, just them changing and getting dressed up like women was so
it
ridiculous.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
But you know what? And it's so interesting that honestly, the irony is that Peter Scolari really never went anywhere with his acting career. And just look at what Tom Hanks
Yeah.
is one of the premier actors of our era and probably one of the most versatile.
Yeah.
When you look at the stuff that he's done to
When
go
you-
from this.
If you went back to an episode, could you tell the difference? I mean, in a sense, could you tell the difference of the quality of actor that Tom Hanks was then versus the other guy?
I think if you look back, you could see the potential.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think you could see the potential that
Yeah.
Hanks had, but
Yeah.
really it was him getting some breaks with movies like Big,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and then obviously, what he did right as an actor was made sure to work to develop himself.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you've got everything from, Forrest Gump, Castaway. I don't know if you've seen the recent one. Is it Mr. Otto?
Amanda.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you. That one. I mean, just absolutely, and again, I'm not aligned with him as a person, but from an acting standpoint, he's hard to beat.
Interesting that it's paused right here. Maybe that picture is a foreshadowing of their careers,
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I mean, he did go on to do Newhart, though. He was on Newhart.
That's true. He was on Newhart. You're right. I remember that now.
Yeah, that's really what I remember him from. That's about all of the TV show theme songs I've got.
Okay.
Some other
We have
things I want to
movies.
do is some movies. I want to read the synopsis of the movie,
Okay.
and then you all see if you can guess what the movie is.
Okay.
All right, so I think we're back to Michael.
Okay.
So this question's for you. After a lightning bolt gives it human emotions and intelligence, a military robot escapes and finds refuge at the home of an animal-loving pacifist. After a lightning bolt gives it human emotions and intelligence, a military robot escapes and finds refuge at the home of an animal-loving pacifist.
I think you need to go back and find some 70s TV shows.
I might need to do that next time.
A lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Oh man, I this was one of my favorite movies in the 80s.
I think you got me. I did good on the TV shows. I'm not sure I want to do as good on these movies.
So you can guess or you can pass.
I'm gonna pass that one.
Tyler, you have any idea what
Just describe it again.
After a lightning bolt gives it human emotions and intelligence, a military robot escapes and finds refuge at the home of an animal-loving pacifist.
I'm sorry. No.
Get it? Don't have it? All right, that's Short Circuit.
Oh,
Remember that? Johnny Five?
I remember.
I remember Short Circuit. That didn't really
Yeah,
jive
that
with
was
me as the synopsis. Okay.
All right, so let me go to one next one here. All right, this next one, a prince of a wealthy African country.
Oh, that's Coming to America.
Yeah, you didn't even let me read it all, but yeah, Coming to America. That's
That was my question. Penalty.
Yeah, sorry.
yeah. Mike jumped in.
That's one of my. I've watched that movie 3,000 times.
Penalty.
I don't know how we do the penalties, but Yeah, we'll call that.
Give him-
Okay, here you go. Here you go. There are 2 actors in Trading Places.
Trading
I
Places.
just gave it away.
Oh,
There are 2 actors in Coming to America that reprise their roles
Yeah.
from another movie. And I
Oh,
just
that
gave
would
it
be
away.
Arsenio Hall and
Nope.
no.
no, it's the
Ralph
the
Bellamy,
Oh.
Ralph Bellamy, and Don Amici.
they were the bankers, right?
They were the stock guys.
Yeah, the stock guys. Yeah, yeah.
You didn't
oh,
know they show back up in Coming to America.
No.
Yeah,
Who
at the
worked
end.
at McDougal's? That is a
McDowell's.
or McDowell's. Yeah. Who worked at McDowell's and has a cameo appearance in Coming to America that is a pretty well known person?
Louis.
Yeah, that's good enough. Louis.
Shoot.
I can't remember his last name either.
Louis.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you want another actor? What very well-known actor held up McDowell's?
Ooh.
I don't remember that.
Samuel L. Jackson.
That was him, wasn't it? Yeah.
Wow. It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Favorite. I've got to do this. Favorite part of the movie. So, Arsenio Hall is playing that preacher, Reverend Brown.
Oh
And
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gathered at a
Oh,
gathering
yeah.
of some sort.
Oh
and
yeah.
he says, "Do you love the Lord?" You know, and he goes through that, and he said,
Oh, in the band,
Trust in
Sexual
the-
Chocolate.
sexual chocolate." But he said, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. He'll never leave you nor forsake you." And he said, "He's faithful, and he helped Gilligan get off the island." You know?
Yeah.
I was cracking up.
It was a great movie.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. And those characters they created were just amazing.
All right, so this one is for Tyler since Michael stole Tyler's question.
Sorry about that. Seriously.
All right, a hard luck cabbie, directionless after being fired from his job and dumped by his girlfriend, enlists in the U.S. Army with his close pal. After his barely satisfactory performance in basic training, he emerges as a figurehead of a ragtag band of Army misfits. However,
Stripes.
this hijinks, yep, that's it, Stripes.
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Uh,
Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the classics as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's that one guy's name who was the big guy in that?
Oh, that was
what was
John
his-
Candy.
John Candy. Yeah, yeah,
He was hilarious. Bull. They called him Bull.
yeah,
Lean, mean, fighting machine.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was funny. The one part, they're all gathered around with the sergeant in the barracks there, and they're going around telling their name, introductions, whatever. And that's one guy says, "My name is Francis so and so." He said, "If you call me Francis,
I kill
I'll
you.
kill you." And then the sergeant said, "Lighten up, Francis." Good
okay.
man. Good man.
All right, so we'll give that one to Tyler. It evens the score. It's even. All right, let's see here. A new English teacher is introduced to an all-boys prep school that is known for its ancient traditions and high standards. This is for Michael. He uses unorthodox methods to reach out to his students who face enormous pressure from their parents at the school. With this helps the students learn to break out of their shells, pursue their dreams.
Mr. Carter.
If Michael can't get it, Tyler can steal.
It's Robin Williams,
Yeah, it's Ron Williams.
Dead Poet Society.
Yeah, yeah, Dead Poet Society. Which, I mean, it was a really, I think it was one of his first really kind of serious roles.
Serious roles, yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I mean, he did have some comedic stuff in there too.
Yeah.
Which
What
is
do you
one thing.
What do you think his best movie was?
That's a toughie.
I'm a big fan of Patch Adams.
I like
really-
Patch Adams, but
I
it's
really
not
like
my
it.
favorite.
It's
your
not my
favorite.
favorite.
There's one movie, and it's not one of it. Nobody considers it his best, but it's one that I can watch over and over again and really never tire of.
And that is
Bicentennial Man.
Oh yeah. That's that's not only is that Robin Williams, being really good actor. I mean, it's sci-fi. It's like Asimov.
It's got the comedy, it's got the sci-fi, it's got the drama, it's got all those elements.
Yeah.
And then he was in Miss Doubtfire, right?
This is Doubtfire.
Yeah, that was a great movie of his.
Yeah.
What was his funniest spoof as far as
I don't know.
in a movie? Because I mean,
Hard to say.
he was so good, dude. So good.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
All right. Carry on. Sorry.
I'm trying to think of Robin Williams movies that I like the best too. So I don't really know. I mean, he was
he was great on that show, Mork and Mindy. That was a great show. That was his kickstart, wasn't it? I would guess.
Nanu.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was really where he started.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was in like Good Morning Vietnam. That was a great one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good Will Hunting. I'd forgotten he was in that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, Aladdin.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even watch cartoon movies, and I've seen that so many times just because he's just so funny.
He was perfect as the genie.
Yeah.
What? Something about the museum.
Night at the Museum. Yeah.
And Peter Pan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Peter Pan. I've forgotten he was in that. Yeah.
Flubber.
Yeah, he was in Flubber.
Creative Gamers.
All right, so who? Let's see, Mike got that.
Hello, Creative Gamers. I'm not sure who you are exactly, but welcome.
Creative Gamers. Let's see here. This one's for Tyler. All right, this one might be kind of up your alley. A high school student unwittingly hacks into a military supercomputer while searching for new video games.
That's a great movie.
What did you say?
War Games.
Yeah, that's it. War Games.
Love War Games.
Yeah. And that.
Okay. It's my nephew.
I watched it just a few years ago, and man, the technology has come so far since then.
Yeah.
Because like they were dialing random numbers with his modem to connect to another computer, trying to find some games and stuff. And now it's on our phones.
It's crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's my nephew. I think I'm not sure if it's Devin or if it's Cody, but they're from Alabama. So hey, glad you're with us.
Yeah. All right. Hey, let's see here. This one's from Michael. A gadget salesman is looking for a special gift for his son and finds one in a store in Chinatown.
Okay, that's the Gremlins.
Yeah, that's it. Gremlins.
Magua.
Yeah. Hey, Devin.
And
nice.
The Gremlins has kind of been forgotten about. I
love the Gremlins.
We bring up, the Goonies and all these other movies that we still remember.
Best scene in the Gremlins, the theater.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the theater, yeah.
I so wish I could get one of those. The Gremlin. What were they called? They were called Mogwai, right? And then they put water on them and they turn into gremlins. That main gremlin,
you feed them after midnight.
Okay.
If you get water on them, they multiply.
And
if you feed them at midnight, they turn into gremlins. And I liked him in the second movie. In the second movie, I was like, well, what if he's going across the international date line, or if he at 11 o'clock he gets like a sesame seed stuck in his tooth, and it falls out after midnight. They come up with all these, and
Devin,
I don't know if you ever saw the third one, but it's just totally ridiculous.
Devin's in his 20s. Devin, have you ever seen Gremlins? I'm as curious because he's younger than we are. See if he did. Bright light, bright light. I have a toy gremlin somewhere. Oh, that'd be cool if you could find that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Said. All right, carry on. Next question.
All right, let's see here.
I don't know about you guys. This is fun. This is fun.
All right, let's see. This is for Tyler. After his release from prison, a man reunites with his brother, and his first task is to save the orphanage that they grew up in from closing by raising $5,000 to pay back taxes. The two are convinced they can earn the money by getting their old band back together.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah, the Blues Brothers. Yeah.
That deserves
Dan Aykroyd,
Whoop,
John
not that one.
Belushi.
That was a good one. That was tough.
We're on a mission from God.
That's right. Yeah. The and that movie had a lot of good music in it.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It had an Allen County, Scottsville native in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
Charles Napier.
Huh.
Cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Little name drop there for your.
Yeah.
Charles Napier grew up not too far from where I grew up.
Wow. You know him?
No, never met him.
Never met him.
Knew his family.
Gotcha. Devin says, I want to recall that I watched it when I was younger, but I do remember watching Leprechaun.
So Charles Napier, the other things you would know him from, he was in the second Rambo, the one where he went to Vietnam.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the second one.
I'm pretty sure that a guy I worked with told me he saw him at Shogun one night in Bowling Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might have been back here. He was kind of distant from his family.
Yeah.
There was a bit of communication breakdown.
Yeah.
And so he really didn't come back very much. There was one time he was Grand Marshal in Allen County Parade one time, but that's the only time I ever knew of him being back.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So next one for Michael. So 5 high school students from different walks of life endure a Saturday detention under a power-hungry principal.
The Breakfast Club.
Yep. Yep. Great movie.
Yeah. That's
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah. Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez. Yep.
There was several other people in that. The first time I saw that movie, I guess I was a little younger, and I didn't quite get it. You know, it wasn't until I was a little older and I watched it again that I really appreciated it.
Well, that's because you probably grew your mullet.
Could have been. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So this one's for Tyler. After learning that a stranger has been accidentally killed near their rural homes, 4 Oregon boys decide to go see the body. On the way, they encounter a mean junk man in a marsh full of leeches, and they also learn more about one another and their very different lives.
I have an answer, but I'm not sure it's the right one.
Oh, goodness gracious. It's a classic, and I can't
think of
the name of it.
It's a huge classic.
Big time actors in it, too.
Yeah.
Shoot. What is the name of that movie?
The name of the movie is also the name of the song that
doesn't help me.
That was featured in the movie.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna kick myself, but I can't think of it. I'm gonna have to pass.
All right, Michael.
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, he's gonna win with that one because we've been pretty even until then.
Yeah. In case you don't remember, this movie was actually taken from a short story written by Stephen King. Yeah, called The Body, I think is what it was called. And they took that short story and made a screenplay, made a movie out of it. So, I really liked Will Wheaton's character in that movie.
Yeah.
Where he wrote those stories and stuff. And I always thought that was pretty cool. Because when I was a kid, I always wrote stories, just short stories and stuff.
I was a Star Trek Will Wheaton
Oh, yeah.
fan.
There you go.
I
And
love
it's on-
TNG, man. TNG was awesome.
He was on he was on Big Bang Theory. Yeah. I was trying to think. He was
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
Big
Yeah,
Bang.
his character and Data was on. Brent Spiner was on there as well.
Oh, was he really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, those are some cool episodes.
Yeah.
And who else was on there? I'm wanting to say Princess Leia. Whoever played Princess Leia was on there.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, there was a few like that, from those big movies that those guys geeked out over, that they ran into those characters or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's about all of them that I have.
Well, we're at time anyway. So
Yeah.
Michael wins.
Michael won.
At
Yeah,
the
Michael.
last second, basically.
Yeah.
It was a great show. Lamar did a great job. And thanks for everybody chiming in and putting your comments in there. Thanks to Devin. Thanks to Mom. Thanks to Miranda and my Aunt Eileen. And there's others that are watching. So thank you all for watching as well. We appreciate that. Again, and Devin, you come in probably on the end, or unless you've been camping out in the background, but we will be interviewing Dog the Bounty Hunter's son. We're finalizing the date coming up, probably roughly mid-September. And that's going to be a big show. So please, especially, well, not especially, but Devin, tell all your friends down there that that's going to be an interview. It's going to happen. And Devin, keep yourself straight because he is a deputy sheriff in Ider, Alabama. That's where he is doing his stuff. So you want to keep your nose clean because he's also a bounty hunter and he's legit, man. So that's going to be a great show. We're very excited about it. Please, 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 as I said, pass the word, by word of mouth, phone calls, whatever. We'll be advertising that on our social medias. We're also going to attempt to put our or this show, the audio, we're going to go up onto Spotify. So I will put out on my Facebook page once that's set up how you can search that out in a podcast format, if you will, each week that we have a show or whatever. Just reminders to hit the notification bells, hit the likes, hit the, all those things, subscribe so that when we're going live. And then all of our old shows are on rumble.com under the I think it's Big Dig 5. If you type that in, it should pull up all the old shows and they go up pretty quick. Yeah, easy. Devin says, I'm the good nephew. I'm going to leave that alone. I love all my nephews, but what I would say is be sure to tell everybody it's going to be a really cool time for that. So Tyler and Lamar, thanks for putting together the game show. That was really a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And a lot of reminiscing there too on some shows and stuff, and those theme songs, man, they bring you right back to it almost, in a quick moment, and a lot of them on the front end of the show, we were able to, oh yeah, that's this. Oh yeah, that's that, really quick, because it's like when you grow up on them, man, it takes a good while to get them out of your system, I guess, and but it's like you said, I think we talked about this maybe last show or whatever. In some cases, it's hard to go back to those old shows because they're in some cases, so cheesy.
Oh yeah.
But like some pierce through there, like MacGyver to me is one that pierces through, and I can watch that
Yes.
without rolling my
I
eyes. back in my head.
tried to watch Knight Rider again. No. I
Now-
maybe got through 3 episodes. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
One that really brought back memory was Moonlighting. That show was so
Yeah.
good. I
Yeah.
love that show.
I always loved that show. I did not really remember the music that well.
Yeah,
but
I remember
always
it.
loved that show.
That was Al Jarreau, I think it was, that did the theme
really
song.
okay.
And
Wow.
and then also just a couple of quick facts. One guy that played on that show played in Revenge of the Nerds. The one that played
Okay.
Booker in Revenge of the Nerds was in that show. I don't remember the guy's name, but he'd come off of that.
Yes, I do remember him being on that show now. Yeah.
And then the other 2 shows that we didn't mention, that was kind of surprising we didn't, was Blue Thunder and Airwolf.
I was waiting for Airwolf.
I had
was
Airwolf.
waiting for Airwolf.
I had it, but we needed to move along to the
Sure.
movies. So
Yeah, I was, and
I
that it was
loved
interesting.
Airwolf.
Those 2 shows were aired about the same time, and you kind of had a crew of people who were for Blue Thunder and a crew that were for Airwolf. So it was interesting. I was a Blue Thunder guy.
see, I
But
love Airwolf.
Everybody else liked
I
Airwolf,
love Airwolf.
and but yeah.
But
So-
I do think that Blue Thunder, I'm pretty sure Dana Carvey was in that show.
yeah, I think he was. He was that
Yeah, he was the-
co-pilot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, it was Dana
I think
Carvey.
that's right. I think that's right.
Interesting.
So anyway, guys, we're going to call it a night. Thanks everybody for your comments and all. Again, please just help us advertise that show. It's come up in a few weeks. It's going to be a really good interview. The subject matter will probably be, if we titled it, would be faith over fear. That lyric or that little phrase has been kind of cliched, but I think there's a lot of truth that comes from that. That we are going to hopefully shed some light with the help of Dog's son, Gary. He's called Gary Boy on the show, but he's grown up now. He's a big cat, man, and he all about the doing the right thing and all, and there's a deputy sheriff and all that. So just be checking that out, guys, and we'll see you next time on the Big